In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on June 17, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Texas Rangers versus Detroit Tigers. Game 2 of a 4-game series between the Texas Rangers and Detroit Tigers will take place at Comerica Park on Friday, June 17th. After winning 3 in a row, including the opening game of the series against the Houston Astros, Texas lost the next 2 to Houston. But following a weak start of the season, they are playing better. The Tigers, on the other hand, lost 8 of the last 11 games and were swept by the Chicago White Sox in the most recent series. These American League rivals haven't met this season, but in 2021, Detroit won 6 of 7 games against Texas. These two teams came into the season with very similar aspirations. After years of rebuilding, both made several aggressive moves during the offseason to try to compete immediately. Ironically, of the two teams, it's been the one with higher expectations that has let their guard down. And that likely continues here. It's hard to properly summarize how poor the Tigers have performed this season. They have the 3rd worst run differential, but most importantly, have a historically struggling offense. They are last in the league in WRC+, runs scored, and isolated power, and are scoring the fewest number of runs since 1947. Now, Detroit gets to face Jon Gray, who has performed quite well in his first season with the Rangers. His velocity of 96.3 mph continues to be on the upswing, and it's hard to not imagine him having success here. While Tigers starter Tarik Skubal has been absolutely fantastic this season, Texas is a top 10 offense in WRC+ and ISO over the past 30 days. The edge between them and Detroit in that regard cannot be understated, so the Texas Rangers money line is our full game side pick. In Jon Gray's 10 starts this season, we had a 7-3 over-under record, and considering his current ERA of 4.85, Detroit does struggle against the right-handed pitchers, and Gray did have 10-plus strikeout games in 2 of his last 3 starts. But I am backing the Tigers to score at least 2 or 3 runs in the opening 5 or 6 innings. I am pretty sure the Rangers will outscore the hosts, though. The only man who can prevent this from happening is Skubal, but given how the Rangers are batting against southpaws, I seriously doubt it. I expect to see another high-scoring game on Friday. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. St. Louis Cardinals versus Boston Red Sox. The St. Louis Cardinals will go on the road as they take on the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. Adam Wainwright will be the starting pitcher for the Cardinals. Michael Wacha will take the mound for the Red Sox. The Cardinals are 16-5 in their last 21 Friday games and 7-20 in their last 27 versus the American League East. St. Louis is 1-4 in their last 5 interleague road games. Meanwhile, the Sox are 4-0 in the last 4 in Game 1 of a series and 4-1 in their last 5 Friday games. Boston is 20-7 in their last 27 overall. It was strange to see the Red Sox as home underdogs given how well they've been playing recently. They began the month of June with a 7-game winning streak and have now won 11 of their last 14 games. They're still listed at a reasonable price given that they had to finish up their series against the A's on Thursday while the Cardinals head off. Regardless, Boston gets to remain at home as they have been all week, while St. Louis likely just used yesterday as a travel day from Busch Stadium. The Cardinals also just lost their series finale to a struggling Pirates team. The Sox' rare loss yesterday may not be a good look, but they intentionally used arguably their worst starter after having already outscored Oakland 16-2 in the first 2 games of the series. Now it's set to be Michael Wacha getting the start for Boston on Friday. His 4-1 record and 2.33 ERA on the year should bode well in comparison to 42-year-old Rich Hill on the mound for Thursday's series finale. Wacha should help transition into this series with an opening win, especially after seeing his recent complete game shutout. What made that 3-hit performance even more impressive is the fact that it was against Mike Trout and the Angels in the hitter-friendly Angels Stadium. Obviously, it can't be an expectation for him to go the full 9 innings every time out. But Boston's been improving their bullpen. They've always had well-known names in their lineup, and now their relievers are nearing top 10 status. Wacha will face his old team here. He's coming off 3 earned in 4.1 innings against Seattle. That said, Wacha had 0 earned on 6 hits and a walk in 14.2 combined innings in his previous pair. As for Wainwright, he's got 5 earned in his last 21 innings over 3 starts without a decision, along with arguably the league's most consistent hitter in Rafael Devers. The Red Sox should get back to their winning ways to open this series. This should be a fun matchup regardless though, so the Boston Red Sox money line is our full game side pick. The Boston Red Sox have been on a heater as of late, and I don't see them surrendering a ton of runs to this Cardinals offense. They are currently allowing the 6th least amount of runs per game, and I have a ton of confidence in Michael Wacha. He currently has a 1 WHIP rating, as reaching base against him has been a serious challenge this season. He will silence the Cardinals' bats and keep them from scoring a ton of runs in this game. The Cardinals' defense has also shown that they have what it takes to shut down an opposing offense. They are currently allowing the 11th least amount of runs per game, and they have Adam Wainwright on the mound. The Red Sox will eventually get to him, but I don't see him surrendering enough runs for these two teams to push the total. This is going to be a defensive battle, and neither team will explode on the offensive side of the field. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami Marlins versus New York Mets. The Miami Marlins and the New York Mets open a 3-game National League East series on Friday evening. The Marlins have yet to announce a starter. The Mets reply with veteran Carlos Carrasco seeking his 8th win. The Mets went 10-9 against the Marlins last season. Miami has struggled of late, losing 3 of the last 4. New York, on the other hand, has won 12 of its last 17 overall, and at home the Mets have won 9 of the last 10. New York is first in 3 major hitting categories, including team batting average, on-base percentage, and runs scored. New York Mets starting pitcher Carlos Carrasco had a tough outing against the Los Angeles Angels last time out, but prior to that had 2 strong starts, allowing a combined 9 hits and 2 runs over 12 innings, and New York won both games over San Diego and Washington. Versus San Diego, Carrasco had 10 strikeouts without issuing a walk. Furthermore, the Mets should have no problem scoring against the Marlins in this matchup. The Mets are dominating at home, where they are sporting a remarkable 21-9 record on the season, so the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. The Marlins offense has been stellar over the last few weeks. They scored 16 runs in Houston last weekend and 14 runs in the 3 bouts against the Phillies this week. In addition, the Mets continue to produce, averaging an outstanding 5 runs per game in their last 10 games. Miami has yet to announce a starter, and overall the Marlins pitching staff often has trouble against the Mets. The over is also 6-2 in the Mets' last 8 home games. New York has scored the most runs in baseball with 322 for an average of 5.03 runs per game. The total has finished over in 8 of New York's last 10 played at home, as well as in 14 of New York's last 21 overall. The total has also finished over in 6 of Miami's last 10. Miami has lost 3 of its last 4, and over that stretch the Marlins have allowed an average of 4.75 runs per game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.